Welcome to episode 2 of the Dung-oneers, where we are playtesting Delving Deeper version 5. I thought I'd start out a bit differently with episode 2. And I thought I would start by opening up some of my Christmas presents, and yeah, these nice colored books here I got are some of my Christmas presents. New little drawing notebook with some nice stuff inside. I'm a bit surprised that the pages are a bit more thin than I hoped for, but this is my moleskin hardcover tank colored new notebook, which I will explain what my intention here is in a little bit. And then I got a lined notebook, and see, also moleskin with Peanuts, some of my favorite comics ever, but with a little book card, or what do you call it? Is it called a book card in English? You can read it when I need to read the lines. I can have it as a... That's really nice. So, I'm not going to say that we are jumping into solo journaling game here, but it could perhaps be for some writing and notes and whatnot. Go and look at this. What is inside here? More presents for me. Quality control thingy. Anyway, I love the colors here. But that is not the point so much of this video, because we are going to continue the story, and we are going to delve into the dungeon, and we are going to have less of me rambling. But then again, I cannot promise not to ramble, or it would be stupid. I can't promise it, but I won't be able to keep the promise. So if we just put this lovely book aside and focus on this one, is because I thought it could be funny to do some solo roleplay with Sweaty Sven, and be doing so while doodling. So that is the idea anyway. So last session we ended up with a few characters dying, namely Reich and Mephisto. I almost said was his name again. Oh my god, I can't even remember his name. There's so many characters, right? What was his name even? Famaro? Some elf guy, right? Who died in the dungeon. A dynamic duo. But anyways, so we also, before Kolbein, the magic user, got jumped by the two standing gnolls. And yeah, also we had a sleep spell that was miscast also on Layla and Jaina. But yeah, so they were also captured, and right before the moment before the gnolls jumped on Kolbein, he shouted out to Sweaty Sven, who ran out of the chamber and further down the corridors and out of the dungeon. He shouted that, "Go and tell the master that that we need help down in the dungeon." So I'm imagining we're starting off where Sweaty Sven comes out of the dungeon. And there's probably some sort of guardsmen there at the Dung Hill, the entrance to the sewers here of this part of the town, because the party was sent down there to sort of as they were sentenced down there to do some social work, namely to clean out the sewers in this part of the dungeon. And I'm thinking that Sweaty Sven, who was Kolbein's retainer, comes running out, sweating all over, with a half-burned torch in his hand and a wild look in his eyes. He's coming up of the manhole. I don't know if it's a manhole here. I think it's more like you know, like a main entrance to some sewers where they can walk down some stairs. Actually, that is what I'm thinking. Anyways. But he comes up and he sees these two guardsmen standing there, and they shout, "Halt! Who goes there? You're not supposed to come out yet." Then Sweaty Sven, he doesn't know what to say, and he says, I have a message for from Kolbein to his master. You must let me pass." And the two guards look at each other, and they can see that Sweaty Sven is really urgent, and he yells further that there are some gnolls really close by. We have to warn the city watch. And then the two guards look really frightened, and they hurry off in each direction, running to, I don't know, where they think the city guard captain is. And Sweaty Sven simply continues in the direction of where Kolbein's master's tower is. I'm imagining that Kolbein's master is, of course, his whoa, why did that pop up? I did not mean to do that. Is, of course, let me see. Yeah, his master, who is also a wizard by the name of Vemo Bisarik. That's Volapük for very strange. So Vemo Bisarik is one of, I guess, a couple of wizards in Tilly's Bottom. And he is living in this, or he resides in this tower, I think it is. And I'm thinking that this tower is sort of really tall and probably quite bizarre. I don't know. It could be like, and when I'm drawing here now, it's not because I want to make some really detailed drawings. I want to just simply doodle something, the ideas that I have. So here I'm simply making a drawing of a tower with some tiled roof. It could look in many different shapes. This is just what comes into my mind. I'm imagining a tower that is sort of almost each year it gets a new story. What do you call it? A new level upwards. I think there's some sort of removable. I don't know how it's probably with magic. Some sort of part here that can have the top tower here that can come apart, and then yeah, brick by brick it's growing up into the clouds. And it probably has some flags and weird stuff. Maybe a landing here. Maybe a landing with a, I don't know, I'm imagining a dragon almost. I don't know. Dragon taxi. I don't know. Few windows. I don't think there are many windows. I think the wizard here is of the, and then some seagulls flying around the tower, some birds, maybe some bats. And yeah, somewhere below is the town. As I again said, I don't imagine there are many windows in this building, but I think it's just, as I said, built brick by brick, and the top can be moved so they can increase the size of the tower. I don't know, something. Anyways, it wasn't, as I said, a drawing video. We'll get back to the story at hand. Yeah. So Sweaty Sven runs through the alleys of the town. He knows the town very well and hurries over to the tower. So, okay, what I'm imagining. I'm imagining that is he simply going to be let in on his own, and what does he meet when he gets to the tower? I mean, does he knock a door? Is there a bell? I should get some dice out here. Let's jump into the actual play here, shall we? Let's see. Let's have a die. No, let's take out several dice, and then let's use perhaps the mythic emulator to do this. I'm thinking it's a bell. We could also do a roll on mythic. Let me get mythic up here. I think I have it already here. Descriptors. Yeah, so he's standing at the door and he's looking at whatever he can. 84 and 38. 84. 38, 84. 84. Powerfully. 38. Full. The gist I'm getting, or the what I'm getting here is, I don't know why. Let's just go with what you're thinking. I'm thinking some sort of, I don't know, golem per se, but some sort of like I wouldn't say butler or a manservant, but somebody. Yeah, he's ringing. I think this is just the doorbell, and a very energetic golem-ish. I think it's a huge door, right? It's a door. I don't know. Perhaps it's a magic door that can That can be resized. I don't know. But door opens and we see this golem, almost mechanical golem figure opening the door, and he's fully charged with magic powers, and he's like, I don't know his voice. Maybe he has a little squeaky voice, but he's really big. And he says, "Yes, you rang the doorbell. Do you seek audience with Master Vemo Bisarik?" And I think Sven is taken quite back by this. I don't know. Perhaps it's this huge door. Then yeah, I don't know. Just doodling, just an excuse to doodle. And I think this is who's standing here. This is Sweaty Sven. He's like, oh my god, he can just stand still and do nothing else. He's like, what? And yeah, he said, Sweaty Sven says, yeah, I have a message from Kolbein. It's life or death. He's in danger. Take me to Master Bisarik. And then I think the golem simply grabs him, and he can either just fly up, because I don't know, maybe it's not like a hollow tower. But there's probably some stairs that are big enough for the size of this golem. And he's grabbing him, and he's running up the stairs with Sweaty Sven. He's grabbing him by the collar. I don't know how he. I should maybe work on this design here. And yeah, he's running up with him, and I think at one point he holds his hand over Sven's eyes, because I think there's stuff here he's not allowed to see. So while he's hurrying up the stairs, he's sort of holding one of his big hands in front of Sven's eyes, and Sven does not know if he's dreaming or or he will get out of here alive. And then yeah, they come up to this door where the golem, or the golem robot here, is not. He's so big he can't almost. I don't think he can fit through the door. It's a normal sized door, and he knocks on the door gently with his dunk dunk, and you hear a voice inside says, "Yes, enter." And he's probably seen everything in a crystal ball or something. I don't know. So I don't think we will ever get to see how Bisarik actually looks like, but I think he's a very powerful wizard, and he's of the chaotic sort. But he's just sitting here in a I don't know, in a sort of, I wouldn't say throne, but in a spooky chair of sorts, and he's, I don't know what this is. Is this a crystal ball? He's seen everything. It's like a camera, a surveillance camera. Maybe he has other crystal balls hanging around the tower. Okay, anyways, okay, so, yeah, come in, and Sweaty Sven comes into this darkened room where you can see, I think it's really badly lit due to the window situation of the tower, but he can probably smell all these weird chemical smells, and there's almost like a laboratory, sounds like bubbling sounds, and there's a really foul smell of egg and sulfur in here, and in between some hazy smoke you can see the silhouette of Vemo Bisarik, and he says, "Yes, Master Sven, what can I do for you? Or what news do you bring?" And then he says, Sven says, "Master Bisarik, he's just rambling, right? I saw Kolbein, we were in the dungeon, and..." "Yes, I know you were in the dungeon," he says. "Yeah, but they were fighting some gnolls, and I think they captured Reich and whatever that elf name was. They captured Layla, they captured everyone, and Jana." "Who is Jana?" he says. I don't think that Master Bisarik knows everybody in the group, but then he says, "Kolbein, are you sure? Did you see if he had a little green vial on him?" And then Sweaty Sven, he sort of looks confused and says, no, I don't see. But Kolbein asked me to run to you for help. He said that he needed help. And then I think that the Master Bisarik materializes a bit more, but not only just so that we can see him a bit sharper. His identity is not getting... maybe it's some feature of him that, I don't know what it is, gets revealed. And then you can see with his hand, he do have hands, he makes this gesture. And like, come here, but it's not to Sven. It's somebody standing over in a shadow, and it's an elf who looks really pale and with emo hair and dark makeup. Female elf. Who steps out and says, "You called Master." And then I will get somewhere, but don't worry. And then let me see. Sorry. And then he says, "Yeah, come here, Moby." He says, "Take," and then he whispers something in her ear, and then she just nods, and Bisarik says to Sven, "Listen up, Sven, listen carefully. You will go into my dungeon with Moby here and fetch and get out 2 ne'er-do-wells I have in my dungeon who will assist you in helping Kolbein. It is of utmost importance that Kolbein, or a little green vial that he has, is one of 2 things. Either that the material inside is actually, and I'm bestowing this task upon you, that it's either poured into the waters of the sewer. That is actually the most important thing. Or, if Kolbein is alive, that you will persuade him to do this for me. And I think, actually, that Master Bisarik casts Charm Person on Sweaty Sven, and he can do nothing but obey, sort of. Is there a stronger version of the spell? I cannot read that. There probably is, but it's something powerful. And let's try and cut it short. So they go together. Moby and Sven go together out of the room, and then Master Bisarik sort of disappears out of the room, and he makes a gesture with his hand, and the door shuts behind them. And I think we skip scene now into sort of, they've walked all the way down and into the dungeon. And again, at one point, I think that Moby had held her hand over Sven's eyes, but they're now inside Master Bisarik's dungeon. And perhaps that is even intertwined with the other dungeon, but part of the dungeon, but we do not know. Okay, let me try and cut it short here. They come to some cell doors, and one sec, I'll get some characters up. So, with some keys, Moby, the elf, opens the cell door, and inside we see a dwarf and an elf. And now let me introduce the 2 new characters of the party. It's funnily enough another elf and another dwarf. So anyways, what I did was that I just re-rolled the stats and gave them some new names. Sometimes, you gotta be, it's smart to be lazy, right? But we have here Lanis of Lindorn, Warrior Seer Elf again, with the same spells, but he is let's figure out who he is later. Anyways, he's just happy to see some new faces. I mean, I don't think they've been in here for a long time. It's I don't know why they are there. We can figure that out later. But then we also see the dwarf Prim, who also has the same gear as Reich, is also a thief, funnily enough. So Moby says to them, "Get up on your feet, you scum! It's time you what do you call it? Pay back what you owe Master Bisarik." And they're sort of they know the power of Master Bisarik, so they know better than not to cross him at this moment. Maybe later, if they're outside town, they're just doing what they're told, and for the moment being, and we don't know their story, right? So they're just, and Sweaty Swen is sort of in the background. And then Moby says, Swen, take us exactly to where in the dungeon, in the sewers, where Kolbein fell. Now. So, okay. Let's just skip the next walking bit there. And I think that there are, on the way there though, that the city guard is sort of, you can see there's activity, and the guards are probably on their way back to the entrance of the sewers, so like they're doubling up guards and whatnot on every manhole in the in the city. Now that they got the news of the gnolls in the dungeon or in the sewers. Okay. Anyways, so Sven carefully describes the route to the others, and he's holding the torch to them, and they are sneaking stealthily through the sewers all the way back. And let me get the map out for you. Let me quickly show you the map of where we are again. Let's see. Here we go. We are yeah, in the road. It's turned this way because it's easier out there this way. So they're standing in the corridor right here, and making sure that that torchlight can't be seen. Maybe they're actually more over here. Actually, they might be just down behind this corner here. So with us we have two elves and a dwarf who can see in the dark. So they're saying to Sven that he should keep standing here behind the corner, because they are now going together out here, sneaking out here. And roughly, let's see, why is it disappeared like that? Okay, so Moby whispers to Prim, listen carefully. I'm giving you a mission on behalf of Master Bisarik. You must sneak in and don't let the gnolls see you. And tell, if you can find him, and tell Kolbein that he must empty the what is that called? The what is inside the vial onto the sewer floor, into the nearest body of water, perhaps just in a puddle of water or something in there. It might be moist enough on the just the dungeon floor itself. And then she stretches out her hand and gives him like this little weird piece of, I don't know, fabric, or it almost looks like a modern day pill or something, some really weird material, I don't know. And he must pour the what is that called? Of course, the content. He must pour the content onto this material. It is of utmost importance. Okay. And Prim just looks really wide-eyed at Moby, and Moby just nods. It will be for our own best. If you want to, if we should ever free Kolbein and his friends. Now it's time to act. And okay, Prim sort of mentally stretches his or tightens his shoelaces and gets ready. So they walk around the sneak around the corner. Prim sneaks around the corner, and he gets the material from Moby. And Prim, I think, yeah, Prim stealthily goes into the dark around another corner and into the chamber where the gnolls were. So, okay. What happens? What shall we say? Oh, sorry, I'm recording. I didn't know I was recording. Okay, let me just move this a bit. So, what is going on? I think the gnolls are what are the gnolls doing? I think the gnolls are busy with something. They had a treasure before. We still got to look into that as well. But I think they are busy cooking up on a little campfire. Just a little campfire. The fire isn't big yet. They're going to eat Reich and Marogar. Oh yeah, that was the name of the elf, Marogar. And they're preparing that. They're simply stupid gnolls. Can anybody of these guys actually understand gnolls, or are they speaking common? Actually, Lanis can speak Gnoll. Maybe. Lanis and perhaps Moby would be able to understand. You know what? Let's say that, because they know that. So he's standing here, helping him, interpreting what they're saying. And they're saying he can't make everything out. They're saying but they're saying something about that. After we have eaten and got some strength back, we are taking the prisoners back to Chief Big Tusks or something. Big Tusk. Let's write that down. Big Tusks. Maybe not tusks. Marrow bone. I don't know. Marrow bone. But we have to eat first. It's going to be a long journey. Okay, so they're going. They need to lick their wounds. They are. You can see down here that they have one of them. Their sort of quote-unquote leader has lost some hit points. So, and also one other of them, number 3, is not of good health either. He looks really wounded actually. But they're sort of some semi-intelligent demi-humans over there. So, anyways. Another question: why is there light on these guys? Is it oh yeah, it's because of never mind that. Who's actually not in this scene, right? So, anyways, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Prim sneak up here and relay the information that we got from Moby down here. And also perhaps he will look at the condition of the others. So, okay. So now we're going to roll. Let's hope this works. So, Prim sneaks up here. And now we are rolling to see if he can make it. Let's hope so. So he's sneaking past guards. I need to roll 3, 4, 5, or 6. Okay. So that is a 2. So he makes some noise, and I think that Moby just looks pissed, angry, and because they can see everything from here, and Lannis just like looks even more pale than he did before, like almost vomiting, and and Prim, he just lies flat on the ground with the material stretched out in his hand. So okay, let's do this. I think what we need to do is actually, yeah, they are over there. So they can move. They hear Prim and see him, and they're like, "What is this?" And then the buff guy sends, "Attack him and see if there's more." So they're spreading out, but I don't think he wants to let number 3 join the fight. He's hanging back. He's moving up here. He says, "Nope, I'm not going to be part of that." And these 4 going to move out. So these 2 down here are looking if there are more. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now they see them. They see that there are more. Whoops, this should be like that. And these 2 over here run over towards Prim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, oh, I forgot to say if anybody wanted to cast spells, but Lannis is only carrying a bow, and he's a bit like Maruga. He has a chainmail on, so he can't cast any spells at the moment. And nobody up here can do that either. But so I think now he will sort of stay stationary and shoot. No, I think he will pull back actually. Shoot and pull back. Split move. And I think, I don't know if I will, yeah, I think I will allow it that Prim shouts to Kolbein, "Kolbein, are you conscious?" He gets like few sentences he can say. He says like, "Empty the content of your green vial onto the floor, onto this fabric I throw here," something like that. And I want to make this a roll. Can they do this? I'm going to say it's 50-50. So let's first have this action happening here with Lannis of Lindorn. He's firing at the first one here down here. So it's going to, he has a horse bow, so he can shoot and move with no penalty. So that is quite awesome. So he's shooting once. but he falls back to here somewhere. So he shoots. Where is the dice? And he hits easily. Both because he has +2 and because he doesn't get any penalty from moving. So that's 14. That's an easy shot for him. That's Kobold. I keep calling them kobolds. That's the gnoll number 5. So, damage. Five points of damage to this gnoll number 5. So that's halves his hit points. He's getting an arrow in the shoulder. And then he shouts, "Kill him!" And they're moving further. So, before we do that, can Kolbein... I think Kolbein gets... I think Kolbein can get the flask out and pour it on the floor outside the... I think they're standing in this this little cage, newly built cage, that this primitive cage that the Nold made, or maybe they already had it in there, and he's pouring out the content of the vial, this green slime. I think it's not like normally, it's like semi-transparent and maybe a little what you call it, it glows in the dark a bit. Fluorescent, yeah, was the word I was looking for. Yeah, he can. I think he can do that. He can smash it on the floor. He throws it, boink. But can Prim can choose now either to put the fabric or the material into the green slime, or he can get up on his feet. If he puts it in the slime, he will not be able to defend himself. I'm going to say that. He's get no return blows. Okay. So, let's do this. What does he choose to do? Shall we make it 50-50 what he does? I think you know what? I think he puts it into the slime, the thing. Okay, so he does that. But he's sort of halfway on the floor still. So, the gnolls... yeah. Now, second part of movement. So, that means that I think that Lanis falls back to here. And these two goes up to Prim, and these two, they cannot catch, they cannot run that far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if they were within 3 squares, they would be able to join or attack actually. Yeah, they cannot yet. So now it's melee. Whatever effect, and I have an idea of course for the green stuff, on the floor, but that first takes effect in the new round. So it's 2 hits on each of these 2 gnolls on Prim. So let's see. Do they Yeah, one is attacking from back. He will get a +2. Let's take that guy first. So it's +2 to this roll. They fight as 2 men. That's 1 hit. 3 points of damage to Prim. And I actually forgot to roll his HP, but let's just for the sake of this give him max, so he's up to 6. Yeah. Let's give him this. So he lost down to 3. And now it's the other gnoll. It's also a hit. This can go really, really, really bad. God. Yeah. Poor Prim. The grotesque looking gnoll with this hyena head is drooling out of his mouth, slams his flail into poor cranium of Prim, and he gets his head smashed in. And Kolbein and the others let out a small shriek in here. So, that's that. Okay, so new round. Magic and missiles. Okay. Yes. Okay, so what happens here with that stuff? Okay, how long have I actually recorded? Okay, it's fine. I don't mind, they get a little on the long side here. So, what happens? It happens actually really fast. Some sort of process is starting really quickly on the dungeon tiles. It's sprouting and what's sprouting? What do you call it? Like it's sizzling and smoking, and then like a cartoony explosion, something appears. One sec. Yeah. All of a sudden, out of this black smoke, this horrifying creature that is almost more like dark. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's dark green. I don't know, but still transparent. But it looks like a mutant gelatinous cube that is sort of has like this mutated sort of almost angry baby face. So, something similar along those lines. I don't know. So it is some sort of project that Bisarik has been dabbling with in his dark laboratory. So okay, so there's that. Okay, so that was so it's still movement actually. So more thing. Yeah, unfortunately Prim died, but his job got his job done. So these guys can move half their movement. So let's see. We take these guys first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can actually go all the way down here. What are they doing? I think they are focusing on the biggest threat down here, which is the elf. So now the elf, he cannot... Yeah, in reality he could have moved further back. But I think he actually wants to protect the Moby and Sven. So he's standing like that, and they are attacking. Maybe, I think... what do I think? Sven is not here, actually. That is a mistake. Yeah. Let me remove Sven. Sven is further back. I forgot that. So Sven is back. So he's protecting Moby. He's thinking that it's probably worse if I don't come back with Moby to Master Bisarik. So I think I might want to take off this. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Yeah, okay. So I thought I could make it a bit... Can I make it? No. No. That is even worse. Oh, wow. Wow. Whoa. I'm getting a whoa factor here. Okay, it's fine enough like that. Okay, so... Yeah, these... I guess these can't move now because they are in... so close to this new thing here. Okay, I think what happens... Let's take this fight down here. It happens sort of all at once, right? So we can't really... But let's take this situation down here first. I think we should focus on that. So here, I think he just shot before, but I think he can let his bow go and then pull his sword. So he fights as two men, and so does these two. So he is going to flank him, this top one, flank Lanis, and this one is just going to hit him. And Moby is just sort of an NPC or retainer, so she, I haven't brought her along to fight, actually. She's, yeah. So let's do it like this. Shall we have a brighter dye? It's getting so depressed with these color. Maybe this one. That's one hit to Lanis. Oh, by the way, it's no, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Lanis has a sword which is longer than a flail. So it's actually Lanis against this one. So yes, fights as two men. Does he want to split? And can he do that? Can he actually do that? Engage himself with both. I'm thinking it's just this one. So, okay, he's attacking this null number 4. So this is Lanis rolling. Yeah, now I miss, of course. And he gets a return blow. And he... 10. That's a miss, I think. Let's have a look at the hit table. Not that one. The to hit table. 10. He's armor class 5. He needs to roll a 14. Yeah, so that's not enough. The 14 there is the combination of the 2 dice. So now is the... He did not hit, so it's still Lannis with the initiative, but it's the flanking one. Is he going to hit Lannis? Nope, that's a miss. Yeah, and he can't return blow on that one. So let's go up to this situation over here. Okie dokie. Okay, here we go. So, the Gelatinous Cube, the mutant Gelatinous Cube, I should say. Let's get the stats out for that one, shall we? So, the Gelatinous Cube is sort of monstrous size, sort of. It's like 10 times 10 creature. So I'm going to say that it attacks first. So, also because I think they're shocked. Not shocked in that sense. They are like, whoa, astounded for a second or two, enough so that the Gelatinous Cube can attack. And you shall imagine that it's looking like this frowning baby, I think. And because it's got 4 hit die, so it could actually attack like a fantastic beast, but because the 2 gnolls are not, we're going to run this normally. So what I'm going to say, it has 4 hit dice, meaning it rolls 4 dice when attacking, because it can attack both of these gnolls at once. So that is what we're going to do. And one sec. It annoys me that this, I haven't... Yeah, this needs to be smaller. Let's see if I can... Wow. Okie dokie. Like that. So, here we go with a lot of dice. So, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I see 1 hit only. That's too bad. So which one is it going to be? 1, 2, 3, the left one, 4, 5, 6, the right one. Oh, yeah. The left one, it's doing d6, and that's actually... So 5 points of damage to number 1. But does it have any special ability? Number 1 loses, so he's down to 3. So 1 sec, let me read up on the Gelatinous Cube. Okay, so the gnoll must actually save versus paralysis, so I think it saves as a fighter, level 2. That's 14. He needs to... No, it's not. It's... Let me see. Yes, I think it is. So, let's see if he can make that. So he hasn't in reality lost his hit point yet. So let's do that. He does not make it, so he got the damage. And what happens is actually that let me find it quickly again. I just had it. Here we go. Contact with the Gelatinous Cube causes paralysis unless a successful saving throw is made, and thereafter causes 1 to 6 hit points of damage per turn, as the flesh is digested. They are invulnerable to cold and lightning, and immune to fear, paralysis, and polymorph. Let me read the first part also. It is a cube-shaped, transparent scavenger that shapes itself to fit the dungeon corridors, 10 by 10 feet wide, and moves about, sweeping them clean. It picks up and absorbs everything from rocks and carrion to living things and treasure, which it is unable to digest. Thus, these scavengers carry a miscellany of durable items, coins, gems, daggers, helms, and so on, suspended in their transparent innards. So, let's just say that it's sort of he gets almost swallowed, or I don't know, it's in him. I don't know how it works. But if he gets stuck in the gelatinous cube, it's only his armor that is inside, because it's only his flesh that it can clean off. That's horrible. So the question is, because he missed that top one, I guess it gets a return blow, right? So let's be fair and let him have that. So the top, no, getting a return blow and hits. Does it hit twice, actually? Yeah, it does. Wow. Nine damage. Ooh, and we haven't rolled the hit points yet of this gelatinous cube. Let us do that. So that was 9 damage. Oh my god. Is he killing me? Now he actually gets the initiative also. How many hit points? It has 12. Because we forgot to write that. So 9, so it's 3 out of 12 left. Shit. No, 5, sorry. Right? No, 12, so that is 3, so yes. So, not so good. New round. Can... I don't know. Can Kolbein pick up Prim's weapons and stab this thingy in the back? I'm going to say that he has a dagger that Kolbein is trying to use on this one. But it's first in the next round. I'll allow that. So, okay. Let's say it's a new round. And we have in melee right away. And down here we have this kobold number 4. How many hit points are they? Kobold, I meant, of course, again, Knoll. It has 5 hit points. Okay. Now I forgot to write down who had initiative. But I think it was the kobold, wasn't you know. Let's see. Let's have a look at the hit points of Lanis. Lanis hasn't lost anything. So I'm guessing that it's Lanis who has the initiative. So he's going to attack his 2 men. Misses. God. That is so bad. So he gets a return blow. That's 1 hit. I think. Oh my god, it might be 2. It's 2. That is bad. Lanis gets killed, perhaps. Yes, Lanis gets killed in a scream of pain. I think Moby flees. She could have moved before because, yeah, she already saw it coming. She could have moved before, so I'm going to allow that. She's fleeing. Whee! Running. Oh my god, I thought these were the rescue. This was the rescue team. She's probably running past Sweaty Swen. Oh, okay. So, I'm going to say that it's the top knoll here attacking the Gelatinous Cube. Oh, you know what? Actually, number 1, how much hit points has he? Yeah, he's got 3 left. So it's a new round, so let's see how much damage it does to him. Three. This kobold here dies. Number 1, the buff one. So it's this kobold versus the Gelatinous Cube. So oh, that's bad. That is bad. Why do they hit so well? Oh my god. Yeah, let's okay, let's see. Let's see. Yeah. He splatters out the kobold. Not the kobold. The Gelatinous Cube. It splats out on the floor. Kolbein has a dagger and I allowed it. He can attack this yeah, down here. So he's simply attacking. I could use some luck now. I rolled a 1. Oh my god. Let's see. Let's see. What happens? Okay, I have to think about this. One thing I could do is that this sort of inside this cage. The others could, of course, run up. Yeah, let me get this out. So the others would run up. And I'm so doomed. The others could run. So, but he could pass it to Layla, who would be more effective with the dagger, although she does only have one. They can move around a bit in here, I think. Have 1 hit point. So let's say it's a new round. Yeah, but he can just move away from the cage. But she could, with the knife, then try and open the cage door. It's a primitive rope holding it together. But they could, I guess, all team up while she's doing that. Let me remove the gelatinous cube as well. Oh my god, I really hope the gelatinous cube was the savior. And I think these are like bullies in the courtyard. They're just in the schoolyard. They're just laughing horrendously at the party, desperately trying to get out with a dagger. These bullies. And they don't care the slightest bit that they lost their buff leader before, or semi-leader. What is happening? Are they actually, because they are proud warriors, letting Layla out to fight with a dagger against the strongest of them? Maybe that's the suggestion Layla is making. Let me die with honor, you scumbags, she says. I'll fight the strongest of you and I'll just be wielding a dagger. And I think they bite on it. Who's the strongest now of these? It's number 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4. Oh, but who was it of them who... Let me see, which was it that died? It was number 1, so we need to take number 1 out of the equation. Number 1 was this one. So it's number 4 with 9 hit points. Oops, whoopsie. Okay, so they are agreeing to this. We're going to set up like a little fight scene here. So we have number 4, was it? Fighting against... They're standing at the ready here, able to join whenever they can. You know what? That bonfire they had, or campfire they had, I think I'm going to put a fire down. One sec. Do I have something I can... I have an idea. Why not just take this here, like that, and put some light... what? Why isn't it working? Why isn't that working? The light is not working. One sec. I'm going to pause it. So, something like that. So Layla has 1 hit point, I think. Or is it 2? Let's have a look. 1 hit point out of 10. And the agreement is that Layla tried to convince them to is that if she wins, they will let the team go. The party go. So initiative. That is one with a flail, so he gets 2 hits. She is probably dead now, so that misses actually. So now it's Layla with the dagger. she's trying her luck. She says, "Can't I give my spear back?" Doesn't really matter, actually. Oh my god, this is so bad. She missed with the return blow. I'm really rolling like shitty. Okay, so it's the Knoll again, and she is, yeah. Okay. I give up. The baddies are rolling perfect. 2 natural 20s. Yes. Double 6. Not the dice. What is this? I had to try. Now Layla is dead. And they're just grinning over her fallen body. And the situation is looking completely dire now for Jaina and Kolbein, sink down into the puddle they are standing in over here. And with those dire and grim scene, we are finishing off for today. I will be back with a solution, don't you worry. We will save Kolbein and Sweaty Sven and Jaina. And what goes on with Moby. And now what? What about the Gelatinous baby cube? Let's find out in the next episode, in episode 3. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.